Wow. Don't you just hate it? Dead, lifeless strings? Well, hey kids, I got a solution for you. It's called Change Your Goddamn Strings. Anyway, in this next video, I'm gonna do a beginner's guide to changing your bass guitar strings. Okay? This bass guitar, okay, is my Music Man Stingray 5. I love this. I bought it for myself as a retirement present. But like any fine piece of precision instrumentation, whether it's your computer or your car or your bass guitar, it needs maintenance. So what I'm basically going to do now is the musical equivalent of an oil change. Not a tune-up, well, maybe a little bit of a tune-up, but mostly I'm just gonna give the thing, I'm gonna run it through a wash rack, I'm gonna change the oil, which is the strings, and I'm gonna kind of tweak the truss rod adjustment here. On a Music Man, it's really easy. They're the greatest bass guitars. The adjustment on them is so easy. I'll show you how to do that. But anyway, I'm going to change the strings on this bass because, one, the action has gotten considerably high for me. I don't know if you can see that. People are like, wow, that's good action. I'm like, nah, I like it a lot lower than that. And that's because the neck, I don't know if you can see the warp in it, but the neck, the way you can see that is you look down it from one side to the other. And, you know, I'm shooting down a neck right now like, woo. It's kind of got like a little thing like that. That's natural. It's totally natural because this neck is, first of all, this is a gun stock neck. This is maple, and it's got a light coating of polyurethane or maybe some type of acrylic, whatever. The finish is up here. On the back, it's really nothing. It's kind of like an oil finish. So this neck, it's made out of maple, and wood is like a sponge. It absorbs moisture. It releases moisture. Right now, this bass has been, you know, it just came from the summer, you know, touring, sweating all over its schedule. So this thing has got a little bit of a bow in it, which we're going to tweak out. I'm going to show you. It's not that hard. But it's also freaking filthy. I mean, oh my God, look at that. Look at that. There's dust, and I swear to God, there's blood on this thing. I haven't changed the strings on this in about a year, and this is my main go-to bass. So really, I've been kind of neglecting it, but at this point, I'm just playing in a couple of cover bands. I got to go like, Johnny used to work on the docks, you know, that kind of crap. You know, it gets annoying. It makes you want to kill yourself some nights, but you know, that's a great thing about playing breweries. They give you free booze. Although I can have like one, maybe two of those designer brewery beers before I have to run to the toilet. And then I'm in the bathroom for like 3 days after it. But I'm sure no one wants to hear that. Anyway, so I'm going to do a quick string change on this. And we're going to watch. Okay? This is going to be a long video. But this is how to change your strings for beginners. Okay? And how to clean your guitar for beginners. Okay? So the first thing we do, I'm going to camera angle down here. Okay? Can you see that? Can you see it? Can you see it? The first thing I'm going to do is remove my old strings, okay? And it's relatively an easy thing to do. You just basically detune your guitar, okay? Pretty simple. Look. You go like this, okay? I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Oh, can you see it? You can't see it. Oh, there you go. Okay, you just detune your bass, okay? And when you get them loose enough, you just kind of pluck the strings right off. You know. And you just twist and you twist and you twist. And everybody says, why don't you just cut the strings? Or use an automatic string winder. And I do have one. It works on my cordless drill. It's great. I just prefer to do my bass string changes by hand, okay? And the reason why I don't cut them is because these old bass strings can be remutilized for use at a later time, basically what you do, and I always say basically, because it is a basic concept, is you just take the strings off, you boil a pot of water, okay, or denatured alcohol, I mean, if you're really feeling brave and you don't smoke, okay, and you boil your strings out to get all the finger gunk out of them, and, you know, they make good spares, like in case you're in the middle of a gig and you break a string. Well, now you already got a string that's already got the wrap on the end done. See, you got your little wrap done. And, you know, it's already crimped to where it's supposed to be. So it actually, putting on an old unbroken string, when you do break a string at a show, works out really, really good for you. And that's why I save these things, and I'll boil them out. I'm not going to do it in this video, but the instructions for boiling out strings are pretty simple. Boil 1 saucepan full of water, okay, to a rolling boil, like a heavy-duty boil. Insert 1 set of bass guitar strings, okay, coiled up preferably, but they don't have to be. And when you insert the strings, okay, into the water, you know, you got your old bass guitar string here. All this finger gunk and grind, and you can see like even fret marks and stuff in the string, they'll all come out. Anyway, this bass guitar is particularly filthy. Okay, you can see, oh my God, that's disgusting, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do is just take any good quality, this is good quality because it's Gibson guitar polish, okay? So basically you take any good quality guitar polish and you just kind of spray it on a little bit liberally, okay? Then what you want to do is, I don't know, let it set for a minute. Now, here's the other thing. The gun stock neck on this, okay, we can see it. I'm getting look at this. This is where my hand is mostly on this, and you can see how filthy that is, right? So I'm just going to kind of spray this on here. Not lightly, not heavily. They make special lemon oil type of stuff to handle that, but I'm really going to saturate this neck. And the reason why I don't take the B string off, the low B string off, is because I only change that when it breaks. I use a regular set of Rotosound Swing Bass 66, okay? Right? Product placement. I need an endorsement. Somebody give me an endorsement. I wish I had my Rotosound string endorsement again. I hate buying these things. Although you can get a set of these if you look hard on eBay or on the internet for about 16 bucks a set. $15.99, 16, 16, 15, 17, whatever. Buying them retail, they're about $25 a set. So I'm saying buy them online. I buy these things by the dozen. Swear to God, I'll buy a dozen sets of strings at once. And this will have strings. These are the new Rotosound packaging, and I'm not gonna show you them biting the string wrapper, but you can see that the strings are no longer in individual envelopes. They have these little colors on the balls, you know, and these are called the balls, all right? You know, it's the balls, the ball end of the string. You know, now I've got you by the balls, ha ha. No, anyway, I digress. But, you know, with bass strings, it's not like guitar strings or a 12-string guitar where you're going to, you know, screw up, you know, if all the strings are put together. With a bass guitar, it's really easy. Anyway, so what I've done is I've sprayed down the neck here with guitar polish. Now what I'm going to do is lightly or vigorously rub the neck. Oh, also I didn't tell you why I leave the low B string on. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a little bit high right now. The low B string, I don't break it, and when you put a brand new low B string on it, it gets a little bit flappity when it's brand new, and it's like on this bass, it just seems that the low B string just seems to really, it's the most thunderous string on the bass. And it's kind of wild, like when you go into a song like Step Inside, Walk This Way, You and Me, Babe, Hey, Hey. It's a Def Leppard song. I forgot what it is. Probably going to get dinged on a copyright violation for that. But anyway, I hit this with regular Gibson guitar polish. It's cleaned it up a little bit. Like I said, this is a gun stock neck, and it is really cool, all the finger gook in your fretboard. But what you want to do now is you just kind of want to just go along each fret with the paper towel. Okay, and then I'm just gonna run the paper towel down the low B string, okay? Just to get the polish off of it. What I'm probably gonna do with this low B string is also take it off and chuck it into the pot of boiling water with the rest of the strings when I refurbish them. I'm gonna give the headstock, I don't know if you, let's see. There's the headstock. I'm gonna give it a nice little on the tuners, everything, doesn't matter. You know, it's guitar polish. It's not gonna corrode, it's not gonna hurt it. Anyway, I'm just giving that a little bit, letting it soak in, loosen up some of the grime. And now we're gonna go back here to the body that you can see, that I've pretty much saturated with polish. Now what you wanna do is you wanna sit here and you wanna start rubbing it out, okay? I know a lot of my videos are about me rubbing shit out, but when it's a guitar, it's okay. It's not actually like me sitting there, you know, I don't know, pleasuring myself to a picture of myself. And like BoJack Horseman said, it's not what the picture was of, it was what the picture represented. But anyway, once again, I digress. Unless you watch that show on Comedy Central, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So anyway, this guitar polish is Gibson polish. I like it. I like the Ernie Ball stuff too. I just didn't have any more Ernie Ball stuff at home. So I brought the Gibson. My cousin Gregory made fun of me one time because I took out my Mitchell 12 string, which is like my $99 Mitchell 12 string, to play at my Aunt Linda's funeral because she wanted us to play Don't Worry, Be Happy. And, you know, Gregory was there with his tuba, and Teddy was there with his tuba. Gregory was there with his sax, and the kid was there with his trombone. They said, hey, we just want to keep it in the family. Would you play guitar or bass? I said, you know what? We got a tuba to play bass, so let me just bring my 12 string. I'm not a guitar player whatsoever. I don't claim to be a guitar player. I own a bunch of guitars. I love making guitars. I love watching people play guitars. I like playing guitars with people, but you know what? This here is my money maker, okay? So I'm going to show you right now, okay, that I've got most of that stuff wiped off. You know, most of the guitar polish wiped off. This is a brand new, oh my God, brand spanking new, right? Rickenbacker polishing cloth. And this has been sitting in my one Rick case since I bought it. I've never opened it, but I just want to show you the difference between paper towel and chamois cloth. Now this is a chamois, as they say in French, chamois or chamois or whatever, but you don't have to dig into it, you don't have to gouge it, you don't have to do shit like that to it, right? You just gotta keep swirling it. Remember I said in my wet sanding video, little and littler scratches? Well, my pick guard's all scratched up. You know, I've had this bass. I bought it for myself for retirement present, so that was probably like 4 years ago, right? And I love this bass. I think it sounds better than my Alembics. I love the way it plays. I love the ease of use on it. You know, I love the big pickups. Look at these pieces of Al Nickel. I mean, that's some big Al Nickel right there. So this is not going to be a love sonnet to my Music Man bass, but it really is. And, you know, basically, you know, I would say basically, because this is really basic. What I'm doing is just kind of, I softened up the gook and the grime with some guitar polish, because it does have a type of solvent type of property to it. But anyway, this is just the basic polish I want to get done. I could go, you know, if I wanted to, I could take the bridge apart and like actually take this downstairs and buff every piece out on my pedestal buffer. But you know, I'm playing a Halloween party in Cherry Valley on Saturday. It's my triumphant return to Cherry Valley, the place where I got drunk for so many years, and now I'm going back. They're like, hey, we'll give you a free beer. And we're like, you know what? Nobody in the band drinks anymore, really, including me. And they know I'm in the band, and they're like, what? So I'm doing this, okay? There's a reason why I'm not really polishing on the back, and that's because, if you can see, I have it covered in black electric tape. Black vinyl, you know, and that's just because I wear a bullet belt when I play. And I want to leave this bass guitar to my son one day when I die, so I put this on here so the whole back doesn't have just buckle rash on it or machine gun bullet belt rash. So that's vinyl tape. Don't ever use duct tape. Duct tape will fuck up your finish, okay? I lost a piece of tape here, but you can still see that's pretty unscathed. This is my battery box, right? That's where the battery goes in. That's the neck plate. The Music Man's got 6 bolts, so it's really nice. Anyway, okay, so the back, you know, just dust that off. Oh, and there's a reason why, this is a little girl named Sienna Grace, and there's a reason why I put a sticker here, just because, one, her pretty face makes my bass look a lot better, and two, it's a real high-quality sticker. If you guys want to buy one, you can find it on her eBay. But my heinous sweat in my arm right here, we're like wearing through my clear coat. And the funny thing about her stickers, it's the same consistency of like black vinyl electric tape. Like I'm saying, these are really high-quality stickers. So if anybody wants one, go to her eBay. And Sin, if you're watching this, I just gave you a gratuitous plug. Because you let me get a shameless plug on your live stream the other day, and I never forget crap like that. Next is the headstock, okay? I'm going to move this right here, okay? The headstock is just, it's kind of gun stock, but I'm just rubbing it out. Can you see? Can you see how close that is? Let me move the camera back a little bit. Let me angle it up so you can kind of see me and my headstock. I'm getting over here by the string retainer in that, doing the top here. Now this is wood. This doesn't get scratched because you don't touch this a lot. I mean, I got a ding here and a couple of dings elsewhere. I got the first ding here the day I owned it because it fell out of one of my cheap guitar stands. Now I only use KMN guitar stands because they're the best. So if you have a really expensive guitar, spend the extra $20 or $30 getting a K&M stand and not one of those shitty onstage stands, one you get at like fucking Guitar Center or, I don't know, shitty guitars online. Anyway, so for now, this thing's cleaned up pretty good, okay? Now, I don't want to drop my precision bass neck. That would suck. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into the actual string changing. So right now we have to focus more on the bridge. Like I said, these strings are all color coded, okay? These are Rotosound strings. I swear by them. I love them. Stainless steel. Nickel plate's not bad, but I just prefer stainless steel. And we're going to start from the high, okay? And we're going to go to the low. I'll rub this one out, when I get a chance, but the hardest part is threading. You see how I thread that through? Okay, you just want to thread that through and bring it up, okay? Little sip of liquid libation. That's the A string. What we want now is the D string to put on. So what you just do is you kind of unravel it and carefully and gently. You give it a little bend like that, say, little bend to make it angle up once you get it through the hole in the bridge. Okay? And you slide that up like that. All right? Now you've got the A string. Okay? And, you just, I didn't bend this one, so I got to dig in there and pick it up. There you go. It doesn't matter. Not that difficult. Okay, like I said, this is a video for beginners. And the great thing about being a bass guitar player is you can, if I was doing a 12 string, I would use a guitar string winder, but the greatest thing about being a bass guitar player is everything is much bigger, so you don't need all that fine micrometer adjustment shit going on. So what I'm gonna do is fold my strings back now, and goddamn, the camera fell out of its mount. Let me see. There we go. We're still going. How about that? All right. Now, see what I'm saying? I left my B string on, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to wrap shit around the string post, okay? And this is the most important thing. This is what every kid asks me anytime I'm doing like a gig, or I meet some younger people who are into playing guitar. They're always like, how long you been playing? And I'm like, since before you were born, which is kind of a rotten thing to say to them, but, they just want to learn how to play guitar, so I want to teach them. You don't have to learn the hard way. So, look, the proper way to cut your string is you don't want to have a huge buildup of windings here, because that'll just be more shit for loosen up and, screw up your tuning situation. What I like to do to gauge my string cuts, I like to go usually 2 tuners, and I'll show you how I measured off on the E string. I'll do the E string next, but what I do here is I just take this and I clip it about 2 tuners away. So this is a tuner, so it was here, I don't know, a little bit further. And then what I do is I carefully wrap it around the string post, right? And holding it down on the, can you see that? Okay, can you see that? I'm holding it down to the headstock, the string, because we want to keep this wrapped as low as we possibly can, all right? And just because you want to keep the angle of the string going over the nut, which is this thing, the nut, like I'm the nut, okay, nut. You want to keep that down as low. You want to, make the angle as sharp as it can get going over that. So usually what I do is once I get it wrapped down, I just, God, I love it. I still have that post-nasal drip. I guess it comes from doing cocaine for about 15 years, and I don't do that anymore, but the long-term healthcare ramifications are unending. So kids, if you're watching this, don't do coke. All right, I'm gonna put the E string on now, okay? This is the E string, okay, because that's the B, this is the E. So on a regular 4-string bass, this would be the lowest string. What I said was go 2 tuners, right? So I'm just gonna take this string and then clip it like right about there, right? And then I'm gonna stick that into there's a little hole in the middle of the tuner, and you can see what kind of angle that is, but it goes in about that deep, okay? And then you just twist your string down the same way, okay? And I don't like to use the speed winder. I could, but I like to actually be able to pull back on this string to get it as tight around the post as I possibly can. And you're gonna see why in a minute, okay? What I'm saying is you want the downward string angle over the nut. You see, I don't know, you see? Yeah, over the nut. Let me fix my camera. Okay. You want that angle to be as sharp as possible, all right? And you also want to make sure that your string is in the saddle. There you go. That was an adjustment down at the other end. So now we do the same thing with the A string, okay? What I say, about 2 tuners away. So that's about a tuner. It's about the length of my yellow part on my thing. So, I don't know. I figure I'll clip it right about here, okay? And this is the A string, all right? Like I say, you don't want to put 50 freaking wraps on each tuning post, or it just turns it into a freaking, going out of tune nightmare, basically. I mean, you got enough going against you with weather conditions and all that crap. You don't want any of that. So now here's this one. We don't cut the D string because it's just not necessary if you get it wrapped right. And you don't want to overlap the wraps onto each other. And I don't think I did that on this one. Oh, just a little bit. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. Oh. Let me wrap that for a minute. Like I said, patience. You got to have patience. Slow cooking makes good eating, And you just want to wrap that one in there like that, you know? Nice and... put that on the string too. Okay, so now, wow, 26 minutes, a half hour long. Now that we, not in tune, but anyway, that's how you change the strings. If you want to adjust the neck warp, you just put there's a little hole. I mean, this is not even an Allen wrench. You just put a rod into the nut on the base of the neck and you turn it. Anyway, this video has gone on for way too freaking long, but if any of you watched it to this point, I love you. Take care. If you can show up Saturday night, I'll see you. If not, keep on rocking in the free world. Later, babies.